Conformity, a change in behavior or belief as the result of real or imagined group pressure. What makes someone conform? What makes someone willing to comply or obey with something that others deem as wrong? For example, why did Nazi soldiers commit the crimes that they did? How were they willing to kill thousands of people in terrible ways? When asked, "Why did you do it?" the Nazi leaders replied, "I was just following orders." Many people around the world did not believe the Nazi leaders to be telling the truth. But were they? In 1951, Dr. Solomon Asch, an American psychologist and pioneer in social psychology, wondered these exact questions. In order to get answers, he decided to conduct an experiment that would test a man's tendency to conform. His experiment was simple. In a plain room, there would be between 7 and 9 young men partaking in the experiment at a time, and were told that they were partaking in a vision test. A teacher would present an image with one line of particular size on it. Then he would present another image with 3 lines of differing sizes on it. The men partaking in the experiment were instructed to say which line on the second image matched the line on the first.
The experiment you'll be taking part in involves the perception of lengths of lines. As you can see here, I have a number of cards, and on each card there are several lines. Your task is a very simple one. You are to look at the line on the left and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal in length. Alright, we'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer first, and then we'll continue to proceed in order until you all have had a turn. Alright, if we have no questions, we're going to go ahead and begin. Go ahead and give your response.
3,
3, 3, 3, 3, 3,
2,
2, 2, 2, 2, 2,
1,
1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
3,
3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
The first couple of rounds were uneventful, as everyone agreed with the answer. On the third round, however, something strange happened. The first person gave the wrong answer, as did the next and the next. Only one of the subjects appeared to disagree with the group's selection. The truth behind the experiment was that all but one participant in the room was a Confederate, an actor who participates in an experiment pretending to be a subject, but in actuality is working with the teacher. The experiment was meant to test if the one real participant would conform to group pressure and choose the wrong answer, or if he would defy the group and choose the correct answer. The results were shocking. The minority participant succumbed to the false majority answer 36.8% of the time. Often the participant fell under one of 2 reactions. 1/4 of the time, the individual remained independent of the group and continuously disagreed, while the other participants almost constantly agreed with the group despite their clear inner disagreement.
I didn't even know what was happening. Like, I'm in a room full of rational people, and then bam, they're like, no, it's line 1. I'm like, I know it's line 2, but okay, conforming's where it's at, right? Like, yeah.
Want to know a secret? We knew the whole time. We were told to say line 1. It's all part of a bigger conspiracy.
I mean, I just assumed they knew what they were talking about, Line 1, I'm legally blind without my glasses anyway.
I honestly knew the whole time what was going on. I knew it was an experiment, but they just had pizza, so I just came to get the pizza.
I mean, why be unicorn when everybody's a horse?
In order to discover what the main contributor to these findings were, many variations to this experiment were done. One such variation tested to see if the size of the group was a factor. From the range of 1 to 15, the group would vary. When there was only one participant, there was barely any pressure to conform. However, the larger the group became, the likelihood of conformity increased. With 2 other people, participants were likely to conform 13.6% of the time. When the group increased to 3 opposing participants, the percentage increased to 31.8%. Another variation tested whether unanimity played a part in the conformity. This version consisted of one of the Confederates who went before the real participant, defying the group's choice and giving the correct answer. The results showed that the real participant was less likely to conform to the group when someone else defied the group. 2.
2.
2. 2.
2. 2.
2.
2.
3.
2.
3.
2.
3.
3.
1.
2.
1.
3.
Pressure to agree with the group reduced, which resulted in the participant only agreeing 1/4 of the time that they had when the group was unanimous. Slight variations to this version of the experiment were performed that had varying results that supported previous evidence.
Yeah, I can go. Oh. I get nervous on TV. So. So look better down. No.
Honestly, I think the best part about the whole thing is when Phil gave the right answer and Cam just looked over at him and was like, yeah, man, we got this. Like, that was hilarious. He had no idea.
We'll just talk about my arm actually today. So I broke my arm when I was young. Well, not that much younger, I guess. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the guy at the blue hat. Yeah, he was cool. He knew where it was at. Yeah. I can see us being bros for sure. You know?
He was a noob.
Another version of the experiment was conducted similarly to the original. However, the real participant was informed because he was late to the experiment, he had to write down his answers instead of vocally give them. The results showed that the real participant was more likely to give the correct answer when he did not have to verbally and openly disagree with the group. Two.
2.
2.
2.
Of course, I would have given the same answer even if I wasn't writing. I mean, no one's that stupid.
My real job is at Starbucks. I can quote you every drink and its price. Our Christmas flavors are out now. Peppermint mocha, tall, $3.75. Grande, $4.25.
Today is mirthful.
Pizza's here.
Solomon Asch's experiment demonstrated that humans had a tendency to conform to group pressure. Because of Asch's results, answers such as, "I was just following orders," seemed far more believable and likely to be the truth. After Asch's results, conformity was thought to be dangerous and could only cause results similar to what Nazi Germany had done. However, is conformity only capable of assisting in terrible acts? Is conformity incapable of being used to compel acts of kindness? Perhaps a more important question is to ask, how often is conformity used in our daily lives?
Let's see. Things people could never convince me to do. Skydive, eat sushi, oh, and watch one of those horror movies. Like the ones with the demons especially. Ugh, I hate those. But, I mean, a line, that's not really a big deal. The other things are bigger deals. I mean, I think that people need to think before they start conforming.
Hey, are you ready to start the movie? We voted on Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me just finish my clip. Yes, what was I saying? Right. People need to know about this because they need to think before they conform. Self-awareness is important. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let me go get my blanket.